Hello, I'm Harvey Godwin Jr., Chairman of the Lumbee Tribe, and we're here at the Culture Center this morning on a beautiful Friday morning. The weather just air feels so good out here this morning, and peaceful and crisp and clean, just breathing clean air out here. So I'm happy to be here with Mr. Reggie Brewer, who is a youth specialist with the Lumbee Tribe Boys and Girls Club. But I've asked Reggie to come out this morning. You've heard us talk about the Elders' Fire and the Elders' Prayer at the change of season. So we're entering the Winter Solstice, and we'll have more to say about that in a different video. But Mr. Reggie, would you tell us the history of the solstice and the change of season prayers that you've been out here, and why you do it, and how the pandemic has affected it?
Yes, sir. Thank you. And I'd like to thank everyone and wish them a happy holiday coming up. This circle here, the Sacred Fire Circle, was created when it was brought back to the community, not created, but brought back to the community back in the early 80s. It was brought back by the elders of all the tribes in North Carolina. And Mr. Pete Spotted Turtle, he was the leader of this and getting everyone to come together to do this. And some of the names of the people that were there were Tom Carter from the Kaharis and Priscilla Jacobs from Buckhead, and Mr. Archie Lynch Sr., he came down from Hollister, and there was Mr. Earl Carter that was here. And there was Geek Crow from Cherokee was down here. Miss Birdie and Geek Crow and their son Chick would come down and help us with this ceremony. In this way, Raymond Grant, he would come and help us with this ceremony here. And basically what they would do is they brought their wood and they brought their fire that represented their fire. So they brought their fire here and they brought it to this circle here that we have here today. In that way, we had these tribes, all the tribes in North Carolina, representing here and bringing their fires to create this ceremony. This ceremony has been going on over 30 years now and keeping that way going. Mr. Pete, when he passed over into the spirit world, Mr. Earl Carter took over. Then when he leaves, someone else, they'll take over. And the way we do this is we keep the ashes from each fire. So those ashes from the beginning of that first fire is always kept to this fire that we will light up this year. Sadly to say, because of the pandemic, we've missed out on at least 3 of our ceremonies. This would probably be the 3rd ceremony that we've missed out on this year in doing our ceremonies and coming together and praying. The importance of coming together and praying is to pray for the people, pray for all people, pray for the little children, the women, the adults, pray for our political people, pray for our world, and pray for everything that's involved in our lives and the troubles and the hardships that we have in our lives. We come together and we pray in that way, and to bring that balance. I was always taught that that we maintain during the ceremonies, we maintain a balance between good and evil, and that's why we come together to have these ceremonies.
And what about the fellowship amongst the different tribes while they're here? How does that affect the people?
Man, back then, when we would always look forward to see Geek Crow and Birdie Crow come down, Tom Carter, and it was always a joyous time. We would have ceremony. We would offer our tobacco to the fire, and after that, when we did the ceremony, it was a 3-day ceremony. So when we did the ceremony, we would always get together and we would cook and eat. We would have wash pots out here and we would cook and eat, and it was always a joyous time. We always looked forward to that. And everybody got along great in those days. So it was always a joyous time for us to get together. It was all a homecoming in a sense, with all the tribes coming back together.
Well, Patrick Strickland found a grant to build this structure up for the elders, and I don't think it's been used since we built it, not the new structure.
No, not the new, it has not been used yet as of now.
But we're looking forward to, I know they will continue to pray, but I know that we're missing that, because when those prayers are lifted up, you can feel it and see the effects in the people, and I just regret you're not able to do that right now, but there's going to come a day when we'll be able to do it again. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think by not having the fire and people not being able to come here, it crushes the morale and it crushes their spirit. It hurts our spirit and it hurts our community, because these prayers, anytime you pray, it's gonna heal the community. It's gonna help that community. Anytime, anywhere you pray is a plus for the community.
Well, I'm looking forward to maybe we'll have the opportunity to, God willing, do it in the spring. But maybe if not the spring, then it looks like hopefully the summer. So I'm looking forward to that. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the people with regard to the Culture Center or the holidays we're in right now?
I just, one thing, if you ever see us here, and now you know that we're here praying, anybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. All races are welcome. We're here to pray. We're here to pray, offer our tobacco. We're here to pray for our community. So if you're ever driving through when the park opens back up and you see us over here, feel more than welcome to come over. We'll educate you about what's going on. We'll show you, we'll walk you through the steps and show you how we pray and what we're doing when we pray here at this circle. So that's a plus there.
Mr. Reggie, I want to thank you. I've been in office for 5 years, and I've seen the great work that you do with our people, especially our young people, and the artistic ability that you have and the crafts that you make. I'm just so thankful that you're a part of the Lumbee Tribal organization and government, but especially what you do out in the community for our people. You're a valuable person to the people, and I really appreciate all you do.
Thank you.
And I want to wish you, and want to wish everyone out there a very Merry Christmas.
Merry
Thank you.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.